What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are talking about 4 different coins today. I am feeling a little bit sick, so if I'm a little bit off, if my voice sounds funny, it's because I'm a little nasally. I got a head cold, man. But anyways, moving on from that, we're talking about DAG, DAG Constellation for Mr. Danny Kosmala himself. LTC versus BTC for the Curious Sloth. We'll probably go over LTC versus the US dollar as well. SRM, which is Solarium for Jeff CBN. And then moving on from there, we're going to be doing ACH for Mr. G. Moyer. And it'll be in that order. We're doing it now. For those of you that don't know, I do requests. I openly do requests. Just leave it in the comment section. I'm happy to do it. I don't care if I talked about it yesterday. I don't care if I've never talked about it before. If nobody's ever talked about it before. If I can chart it, I will chart it. Feel free to leave a request. If you want me to see tier quests a little bit more immediately, feel free to join the Discord. I will try to remember to leave a link in the description for that. If not, just leave me a comment. Be like, hey, I never got that, and I will throw a link on the comment section. Anyways, without any further ado, let's get this thing started. Let's kick it off. All right, so looking at this here, I'm going to blow this up a little bit. DAG, DAG, USDT, it's definitely in a downtrend. Lower highs, lower lows overall. You haven't broken out of that downtrend by any means, but you are doing things that could suggest that you are done moving lower. And what we could be looking for, I say done moving lower, I mean lower than this low. What we could be looking for at this point in time would be a higher low to kind of get things started in the right direction. You know, we could continue to go higher. We could form a higher high first before forming a higher low, but I do think a higher low would be something to look for. If we put this line over here, you can see that we're at a previous area of resistance, finding support. Nice to see. Previous area of accumulation, also an area that you found support once before as well. So definitely nice to see that. Very bullish reactions off your oversold zone. You couldn't even get oversold, and you are showing some of the strongest readings on your weekly RSI that you've seen really in like since September of 2021, so like 2 years. So, but lower highs, higher high here means hidden bearish divergence. I would think that you see some kind of a regular retracement from here, which is good if you're looking to buy into this thing, man. That could be a good sign. You know, from bottom to top here, here you are right now sitting at your 382 with this look on the weekly. I would very much assume that you go down to about 3 cents. Right, that's where your 618 golden ratio is. It's also a previous, if I take all that away, it's a previous area of resistance here and support there. Put it back on, you can see it's like right in there, that little sweet spot, the white zone, which is for loading and unloading only. I think that we are going to go back down there. That would be my assumption. Probably form a higher low, and then you'll break out into new highs. But let's see if we can get anything else to agree with that. Again, I'm going off of that just because this is a lower high so far. These do look like some bearish weeks. I don't think you're going to go lower than this low at this point in time, but you do have the hidden bearish divergence, which to me would imply a bit of a regular retracement. Technically, being at this 382, I know I just deleted it, but being right here at this 382 does suffice for a move to continue higher, but you've already tipped it once. You came up here. You've had quite the bearish week so far, so let's see how this week closes, but I would assume you're gearing down for that 2.85 cent area to 3 cents, somewhere in that range. But let's look at the daily and see here. Yeah, you topped it off with some bearish divergence, decreasing volume as you formed a new high. Volume looks good though, man, and the RSI is definitely strong. You're kind of breaking out of this uptrend that you had in your RSI, right? Like, however you want to draw it, I think you are breaking out of it. You are below your 50. Maybe go to your oversold zone, and that'll take you down again to probably around this purple line, a little bit below it. Find some support down there, and then continue to move higher. It doesn't look like you find some respect on this, yeah. You like to play in the area. You don't like tip it specifically. Yeah, you kind of do disrespect it, I suppose. Yeah. So maybe not the purple line itself, but I would say that anything below the purple line is probably a good buy. This purple line, by the way, is the 123 moving average on the daily here. So maybe you go just below these lows here, get people scared, and then that's whenever you're going to turn around and do good things. So looking at the 4 hour, definitely looks weak. You are grinding out this area down here while promoting lower highs. I think you do go lower, probably over the weeks to come. You might finish out the year not with like a bullish pump. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I don't know. It depends on how quickly you get down here. This is the daily. You could, I suppose, by the end of this month, you really could see that price down around 3 cents. Maybe you do have a nice bullish bounce by the end of the year, something like that. But for now, for the immediate term, for the next kind of area to look for, I would assume you're going to see something between about 2.85 cents and 3 cents. All right, moving on from there, I guess we can do some bullish stuff real quick, actually. Real quick. Real quick. Top here to bottom. Maybe, yeah. Ooh. Look at that. Your 069 is also at that 285 area, isn't it? 288, somewhere in there, right in that golden pocket. Overall, you know, maybe by the end of the year, actually, you do see a move that takes you, I would say, at least up to 7 cents. If not, you have a decent chance of seeing prices way up at like 15 to 17 cents. Here you are sitting at 3.5 cents now, moving down to about 3 cents. That's some decent gains, potentially, by the end of the year. And if not by the end of the year, at some point, this is the golden ratio. I do think you're going to get going up there. And if this can promote new highs for the cycle, you'll see this thing all the way up at $1 or more. What's its market cap? What's its valuation here? DAG number 311. Yeah, definitely potential. Definitely, yeah. There's not a whole lot that's undiluted. Yeah, definitely potential for sure. A 10x would be a $1 billion market cap. 100x would be a $10 billion market cap. I think I just lost you guys. Am I back? Can you see me? Yeah, you can. Okay. So this thing has 100x, even multiple 100x potential. But assuming that it achieves new all-time highs, I definitely think seeing prices above $1, even above $3, is completely possible. So that's all I got for DAG. Looks decent. Looks decent. You know, I do expect that you're going to form some good stuff, but at the moment, probably come down. Prime opportunity for buying. Hold your horses if you're looking to buy. Not financial advice. That's just what I would do if I was to buy this thing. Let's see, what are we looking at now? LTC. We're going to look at the LTC USD price first and then move on to the LTC BTC. I just want to get this. Oh, yeah, that's a nice potential close for the bullish or for the week here. You know, we do have 20 hours left in this day. It's possible that we could turn this around, but this looks nice, man. Higher lows overall. I wonder what you're doing on the Heikenashis. Heikenashi. Yeah, that could be a turnaround, but whatever. You've done that before and then gone up. I don't know. You're kind of meandering right now. I would think that your next like major pivotal move would take you to the upside, but like you're in the middle of that now potentially. But let's just look at this on a regular basis real quick. Weekly RSI up in this 50 area. It would be nice to see it continue higher. If not, you look like you're in this kind of downward channel on your weekly that could send you down to your oversold zone. Getting up from here, especially if you can move up to the 60 or higher, that would imply that you're bouncing. You couldn't even get oversold, which is a really bullish look. It's not as common to do that, and whenever you do that, you tend to get some bullish results. So let's see how it holds overall. You know, I remember whenever we were back in this area, when we were at this top here, we were all throughout this range here. I've been saying that going below this low was possible, but I really wasn't expecting that we'd go below this low. I think I said below this low and even this low is possible, but not below this low. And here we are, right in the golden pocket, right there at the 61869. Makes sense. Finding resistance at the 382. We could come back down to the 618, but I don't know, man. This is a pretty bullish looking week. I don't know. Let's see how it does. Let's look at the daily. Daily looks kind of bullish too, man. Yeah. Showing some disrespect on that 123. Let's just see if I can. I want to do this real quick. Busting out the old school. You're wrestling with that 50, man. Things look potentially good, honestly. They look potentially good, I gotta say. What are you doing on your more relative fib, top to bottom here? You're at your 618, yeah. Which also just so happens to be, no, it doesn't. That's your 382 up there. You could go lower. You could go lower. It's possible. I don't know if you go lower than this low. I don't know if you go too much lower. You know, that low is at about 65.22. Maybe you go down to around 60 or something like that. Or no, shit, maybe not even 60. Damn. Maybe like 64. If you were to go lower than this, let's see. Actually, I know I got a lot of lines drawn up here, but if you were to turn around and see an extension, that'd take you to 63.42, maybe to 61. I don't know if you're going to see those low of prices, but something back down around here, this 1272, could be at play, unless you can get up here, get this daily to get above your 60, get your weekly to get above its 60 as well. That would be nice to see, and just really like get a closing high above this 382 up here. Damn. Yeah, that's all I got to say on the USD pair. But let's go LTC BTC here. Oh, man, got a runny nose, you guys. Hold up. I'm back. I am back. Okay. All right. Looking at this here on the BTC pair. Let's see. Kind of like a double bottom, almost, right? You found your low on the wicking point right there at this weekly closing low. That is nice to see. Oversold zone for a little bit. Yeah, man. Possible place to turn around here. That's definitely, this is a setup right here, man. It might not be immediately, but you could be doing something like having a nice like rounded bottom and then form your like Adam and Eve here, something like that. You could just go up from here. It could be an Adam and an Adam or some other kind of pattern, whatever, but that might be your low. I see what you're seeing there, Curious Sloth. I definitely do like it. You know, all that would go out the window if we had a week that closes below this weekly close here, so that would go out the window. But I like that. I definitely do like that as a potential low point for the BTC pairing, which is nice. That would mean that if Bitcoin drops, that LTC is not going to drop as hard. If it goes up, Litecoin's probably going to go up more than Bitcoin. I wonder if we've got a better kind of pairing. Not really, you know. I don't like that Coinbase one, man. I like Coinbase, but that's a whole lot of wicks down there. KuCoin. Nope. Maybe Binance. Maybe we'll use Binance. Yeah. So looking at this relative low here to this high, right at your 1272, man. Yeah, I like this. I definitely do like this. Things could be turning around for sure. Let's see here. Get out of the oversold zone. It'll probably start taking you up. Getting above that 40 especially would be nice to see. Let's look at the daily. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Looking good, man. You got some serious bullish divergence going on. Low here, higher low over here with your lower lows coming in. Yeah. I think that might be it, man. LTC is going to be gaining against Bitcoin for a little bit here. Deep extension hit. A little bit past that, probably hit the 200 on the dot. Yeah, I like it. I definitely do like it. Where are you going to go on the BTC pairing here from top to bottom, assuming that is the low? You could see readings all the way at about 0.002627, something like that. BTCs up at this 382. Previous area of like support, resistance over here. Previous area of support. It's very common to go a little bit wick, a little bit through your 382, so you really could go up to this like 00277 area, and then we'll see about that. Maybe you come back down to your 236, maybe you go all the way to your 618, but I do think you're on your way, at least for Bitcoin, to gain value of like 40%, 41%. Good job, Litecoin. Looks good, man. Definitely looks good. I want to go back to the Coinbase chart real quick because I think it has more historical data. Does it? September 16 or August 2016, April 2013. Oh no, it does not. Okay, hell yeah. So the Binance definitely has more. Right off your 1786, 1272 resistance. Yeah, man, you might be making a move all the way up to this 886. Now, will you break out of this kind of overall like lower high trend that you've got? Like here, yes, you had highs and then you had a higher high technically, right? I don't know if you'll break through these highs, but your 61869 level is all the way back up here, slightly lower than these highs. Common area that you found resistance. You might be overall this cycle with Litecoin making a move to be like 1.4% to 1.6% of a Bitcoin, which for Litecoin, that's huge shit, you guys. Again, this isn't versus the dollar, this is versus Bitcoin, but I do like this chart. I think there's a couple significant fibs, and you're showing some significance on your price action to kind of determine that you might actually be done going lower here. Like on a cycle basis, done going lower. 227, yeah, man. It looks good. Looks good on a bunch of different scales. 4 hour looks strong, yeah. Yeah. Over the next week, you probably see it gain value against Bitcoin. And again, over the cycle too. But moving on from there, going over SRM. SRM for Mr. Jeff. Let's see. I don't think it's serum though, is it? You said solarium. I'm going to try that. I'm just going to type in solarium. There we go. Solareum. Hey, look at that. Different than serum. Definitely different than serum. Okay. We'll go with this one, sure. Based on the, if you type in SRM ETH, based on this first one here, this is what we're going to be doing the data off of. You know, this doesn't have a lot of historical data. This is only has only been in existence since May of this year. From low to high, went down to your 0.5, up at your 236 here. You could be making a move down. It is possible you could be making a move down. I wonder, is this... Okay, so this is versus ETH. We're actually gonna use the second one because I think, yeah, this is versus US dollars, so we're gonna be using that. Top to bottom here. Yeah, kind of less respect on that fib, but this might not be an appropriate top to take. I wonder. Let's see. Okay, no, it is. It's definitely an appropriate top to take. Top to low here. Resistance on your 6-1 or your 786. Support in the nothing land, so I don't really like this fib so far. Let's see if we can find some more respect on a different fib. Low to high. Still not a whole lot of respect. I guess here at the 236, kind of, you're looking like what you'd want to do, if I had to say, is from top to bottom here, like you want to see the extensions of this move, which would take you probably, yeah, look at that break right through your 618, man. That's nice. You probably move up to about 10 to 13 cents. Maybe you see new all-time highs very soon. Very, very soon. You know, it's not going to happen in a straight line. Even whenever you went from here from about 1.6 cents all the way up to 4.4 cents, you had a pretty sizable pullback in the middle of it, right? And then you moved sideways. You had a 30% pullback and you moved sideways. So I don't think it's just going to be a straight move up. Maybe you do pull back from here and you go to like 6 cents, something like that, previous area of resistance, previous area of support, and then continue to go higher. But I like this, man. I think you're going to see 10 to 13.7 cents by the end of the year, maybe even higher than that by the end of the year. I think that's in the bag. Very strong looking RSI. You don't like to be in the weak zones. You have no problem being in the strong zones. Bounced right off the 50. I like to see that. I definitely like to see that. You might see a little pullback from here. I don't know if it's necessarily the best time to get in. Again, this is probably a low cap coin. It hasn't been around for long, so don't hold me too much to what I'm saying. But at least down to like 6.3 cents. You got a lot going on in that 6 cent, 5.5 to 6 cent area. So I think patience might ultimately pay off. Even if you drop down to 5.6 cents, you're still doing a higher low, so I think that's fine. With time, you know, on this 4-hour, over the coming days, your purple line might come up, you might come down and touch that purple line, still form this like higher low structure. But I like the 4-hour RSI, I like the daily RSI. I don't really have too much to say on the weekly RSI. It looks decent, it doesn't look bad. Nice volume this week, definitely nice volume this week. Get a close, man. If you could get a close above this week here, you've got your highest weekly close that you've had in this thing's history, which isn't saying much because it's only been around since May, at least as far as like trading view is concerned. But it's still a big deal. It's still a pretty big deal. So if you can do that, that's some big shit. But again, don't be afraid if you were to pull back to about 5.5, 5.7 cents, maybe even at the least, I would think 6 cents could be in the cards. And then finishing it up, I think that's all I got to say on this one. Finishing it up with ACH. And again, if it doesn't pull back, you're probably making a move to like 10 to 13 point something cents relatively by the end of the year, if not higher. You know, I'm not being too precise with this because it's a new coin, you know, and it's on Uniswap. It's not on a centralized exchange, so I don't really have too much to say, but I would think that this fib here, top to bottom, is going to play some relevance. And that 10.4 to 13.7 cent area is definitely something to watch. You absolutely could go higher than that, though. You could see by the end of this year something that's worth 23 cents. So, and if not, I mean, over the cycle, I think that you have potential to do more. But I don't know anything really about this coin other than it's on TradingView and someone requested it. Mr. Jeff requested it. ACH, USD, Coinbase, talking about Alchemy Pay here. I think my last video I made, that included Alchemy Pay, I was bullish. Looks like we had a 2% day yesterday. I think I made it after this day, so it would have been this day here. You know, this isn't necessarily a good look right here. I think Alchemy Pay looks fine. I want to redact that and say I think this thing is going to continue to go higher, but you might see a little pullback right here. Your little uptrend from this low to this high might be at a standstill for a little bit, but who cares? It's Sunday. I think next week is probably going to be good for this thing. But looking at it right now, this rejection off the 60 area is not a good look, right? You've rejected this area a couple times before. You found support on it before, so definitely something significant. You could come back down. At the worst, you come down to this oversold zone, and that could take you to new lows. So just be aware of that. If you're looking for that, you want to be on guard from low to high. I would say if you get a close below this 382, below 18.5 cents, that 18.52 technically, that would imply that you are going to see a 16 to 15.2627 cent price somewhere in this golden pocket. So that's absolutely possible, and that would probably take you down to your oversold zone in the daily RSI, and that's okay. All in all, that's still a higher low. Prepare you for, give you a chance to buy at lower prices and prepare you for higher prices ultimately. And if that were to happen, you could see that happen by the end of this month, maybe by the end of the first week of December. But this right here has me a little worried. Let's see if you can close the day green. But a rejection here, you still have about 20 hours left in this day. A rejection here would not look good. All in all, though, on the day, let's go to the 4 hour real quick before we move on. 4 hour. What are you telling us, 4 hour? Not a whole lot. I suppose it does look kind of bearish, I would say. Let's see. Top to bottom. 1272 hit. You could come back down to like 2 cents and hold that. Look for that. Hold 2 cents, man. Really, you want to hold 2 cents. I forget what I said 2 cents. Oh man, I was talking about 15 cents earlier. Just move it over 1 decimal, whatever prices I was saying earlier. I think I said like 15 cents, 18 cents or something like that, right? The 382 down here. Yeah, I was saying this was 15 cents. That's not, or 16 cents and 15.2 cents. That's 1.52 cents, 1.527, and about 1.6 cents, something like that. So I had my prices wrong, but you know what I'm saying. You can see the numbers here. All in all, if you're still with me and you're not confused, if you can hold this, I'll delete this right now. If you can hold this 886 level at about 2 cents, that would be really nice to see. Generally speaking, whenever you see these extensions being hit, and we can take it back to the 4 hour so it looks a little more obvious. Whenever you see these extensions being hit, if you find support on your 886, even your 786 is okay, you generally do see deeper extensions come into play. So look for that around that 2 cent area. A little bit below is okay, but you want to hold that. Yeah. From this look, it's actually not too bad. This would imply that you do have higher to go, but I think this is probably the more relative high and low. This was the move down, that the spring that sprung you up here was this. So looking at the daily, though, moving it back out, having a hard time with this one because I am bullish on it, man. I do think it looks decent right now, but you're having a hard time with the 618. You're grinding it out, man. You had a daily close above it. That's nice to see, but this rejection right here on top of the rejecting the 60, this could take you all the way back down to your 382, which is, surprise, surprise, right there around your 2 cent level. So hopefully you hold that. If you don't hold that, if you can't hold that 382, you run the risk of seeing the extensions of this move from bottom to top here, man, which would take you down to about 1.67 cents to 1.56 cents, which lines up very well, doesn't it, with this top to bottom here, right at your, lines up very well with that. So something below the purple line. So look for that. Hold support in that 2 cent area. If you do, you're looking to go to about 2.5 to 2.8 cents, maybe even up to 3 cents or higher, actually. I remember from yesterday, I think 3 cents or higher is totally in the cards. And yeah, hold 2 cents, because if not, you're going to go down to about like 1.5 to 1.7 cents, something like that. But I got nothing else to say, man. That's all of it. I got to go blow my nose, and I will see you guys on the next one. Pardon me. I know that this is unconventional, but I'm not normally sick, man. I don't know how to handle this. I'm not going to restart the video every time I have to like wipe my nose or blow my nose or anything like that. So I'm sorry if it's off-putting, but it's that time of year, man. All in all, very nice low, very nice bottom here. Seeing a pullback from here would still just be a higher low. Finding support on a previous area of resistance, previous area of support, previous areas of resistance. that shouldn't be a concern at all. Just a better opportunity to buy. And that lines up again with that 1.6 area, which is right between 1.5 to 1.7 cents that I was just talking about. So yeah, if you guys like the video, hit the like button, subscribe if you'd like to see more. I appreciate everybody so much. Thank you for coming, and I will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.